Şampiyonası'nda yaşanıyor. Güzeller güzeli potanın perileri garantiyle el ele dünyaya meydan okuyor. Haydi Türkiye, desteğe güzeller için.
For all the most updated information on the 2014 FIBA World Championship for Women, visit FIBA.com. 2014 FIBA Kadınlar Dünya Şampiyonası ile ilgili en güncel bilgiler için FIBA.com sitesini ziyaret edebilirsiniz. The 2014 FIBA World Championship for Women is now a friend on Facebook and Twitter. Go to facebook.com/FIBA World or follow on Twitter at FIBA World and keep up with what's happening throughout the championship.
Hello, welcome to Istanbul. It's day 3 of the 2014 FIBA World Championship for Women, group phase, Group D, Serbia and China. Well, it's been an event-filled several days here in Turkey in this elite basketball competition. Serbia and China both having leading roles by going up and really pushing the United States hard in their games. Marina Malkovic, the coach of Serbia, has raised eyebrows with her tactical acumen, as well as her getting her team mentally prepared to face the Americans. And China coach Tom Marr has done a good job as well. You see, they square off today the battle for second place in Group D, followed by Australia and Belarus, then Korea and Cuba, and the USA and Angola will wrap things up here in the Abdi Apeche. Well, I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Lloyd Gardner, as usual. And Lloyd, if you look at the standings, you see that the USA are on top, and they've already clinched their place in the quarterfinals. Serbia and China, well, they're going to play into a qualifications for the quarterfinals. And Angola have already been eliminated, but they will play their final game tonight. Well, hello, welcome to Istanbul, the 2014 FIBA World Championship for Women. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Lloyd Gardner. And Lloyd, we're going to see the teams introduced here, starting with China. And China showed us something in their first game against the USA, I think, that bodes well not only for their tournament, but for their future.
Absolutely right, Jeff. They came out, they had a fantastic first half against the US. They trailed by 7, 39-32 at the interval. You know, like so many teams, just didn't have the legs and the depth to stay with the Americans through 40 minutes. But, you know, this is a really interesting game, this one here. Now this Chinese team, this team that's developing under Coach Tom Marr, how will they deal with a team like Serbia?
Of course, the team that finishes second in this group will take on the third place team from the Group C, and the team that finishes third will take on the second place team from Group C. So we're not exactly sure how things are going to pan out in that respect, but they will have vital games to win to get to the quarterfinals. We do know that. For Serbia, just a truly inspirational performance against the United States.
Well, it was a brilliant performance. They really did. Similar to China, took the game to the Americans. You know, Anna Labovic in particular really did have a fantastic first half, 22 points in the first 20 minutes. She carried them on the back, but again, the US depth just carried them through.
Marina Malkovic and Serbia out on the court now, and China and Coach Tom Marr and his staff as well. We are going to have a pause now and hear the national anthems for both teams, starting with China.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Serbia. Sırbistan Ulusal Marşı.
Okay, national anthems have been played, and the players will huddle before meeting each other in midcourt. The coaches say hello before the game. And this happens at all international games. Well, it's the 2014 FIBA World Championship for women. We're in Istanbul, the Abdi Apechi. The referees for today's game from Spain, Brazil, and Costa Rica. Antonio Conde, Guilherme Locatelli, and Jose Fernandez. And Serbia and China, and in their final warm-ups here. And it's an interesting game. It's a game that both of these teams, I think, want to win because they want to start building some momentum and they want to build on what overall has been a positive start to this tournament. See, China, their roster and their Australian coach, Tom Moore, and Lloyd, why don't you talk about one or two of these players and also introduce the starting lineup?
Okay, well Gao Song is the star for me, the number 12. As she is in the starting lineup, she's had two decent games. 11 points, 5 rebounds in the win over Angola. But of course, Lu Wen was the all-tournament selection at the FIBA 2013 Asian Championships. She is one of the leaders, the player we kind of expected to be one of the front runners coming in. She perhaps hasn't played along those levels, but Cheng, Huang, and Chen will also be in the starting lineup.
Okay, for Serbia, we saw them go with a starting 5 pretty much the other night against the USA. The Dabovic twins, the sisters, and they were terrific. And we've mentioned Marina Malkovic. I suppose Adjikovic, the center, is who actually surprised me with her play. She was outstanding, but she is now not in the starting lineup. Instead, it's Sarah Krnjic, along with Milovanovic, the Dabovics, and Butaliha.
Yeah, well, Krnjic is usually the starting center. She started the first game, played relatively well, but then yesterday, as you said, Adjikovic was really good. And Serbia, they went with almost the same 5 for pretty much the entire first half. Very little substitutions from Coach Malkovic. Expected to be a little more of a rotation, especially Radikar and also Jovanovic as well coming in.
Okay, so Milovanovic and Gao Song. Jelena Milovanovic I think her experience is evident. We would call her a stretch 4. She can go outside and play, but with this Serbia team also, I think she's expected to get inside more. And Gao Song, for me, I wouldn't say she's head and shoulders above the rest of her Chinese teammates, but I think she's probably pretty consistent and certainly is going to get better and better. She's an exciting player to watch.
Well, both coaches do a really good job at utilizing each player. Gao Song is a big guard. She plays the 3. Tom Ma uses flex offense a lot, so he brings her into the low post where she often has mismatches, and that's where she is able to get success. It'll be interesting to see how Serbia counter that. And Coach Markovic, what she does really well is she allows Milivanovic to stay out on the perimeter, be involved in pick and pop, space the floor on any penetration, because she is a very good perimeter shooter and a very perimeter-based player, even though she plays the 4 position, as you said, for this Serbian outfit.
Well, if you're watching this game and you wonder about Serbia, why they only played with 5 players for much of the game against the USA, the question has to be asked: do they have enough depth to go far in this tournament? On the other hand, maybe Coach Malkovich is thinking down the way in this tournament, we're going to face the USA again if we don't want to show all of our cards.
There's always a lot of toing and froing early stages of this competition. It's a fine balance for coaches to not show too much, not show a trump card they may be able to surprise someone with later and still get to practice, get that momentum.
Well, welcome to the FIBA World Championship for women. It's Serbia and China tipping it off here in Group D. Battle for second place is about to start here in the Abdi Apeche. China in red, Serbia in white, and it's Huang who wins the opening tip and gets it to Chen Xiaojia, the point guard who started extremely well against the USA. Now Cheng Feng hasn't been as fast, but Huang misses with the jumper here at the start, and Butaliha gets it up quickly to Milica Dabovic. She passes back outside to her sister Anna. And Dabovic goes in the lane over to Krnjic. Now Krnjic is a good shooter.
Well, we hardly saw her on the floor at all yesterday, Krnjic, but we know she's a good player. She played just 5 minutes, 1 shot, which she missed, so an excellent start.
Chen passes over to Liu. Now Gao, right at the line. Batted back outside to Chen. Chen spins. Pass to Chen. Chen from the corner. Good! That's what she can do.
Well, the perimeter shooting is a key for China for me. First half against the US, they were exceptional, 4 of 10. Since then it's been very much up and down, and that's where the performance goes as well.
Milica Dabovic drives in and uses the glass.
The same, the three-point shooting is important for China. Make no mistake, this Serbian team is all about the perimeter.
Liu Wen passes inside, and Cheng Feng gets on the board.
That's the flex cut. That's that flex screen, so difficult to guard. First one for China. Keep an eye on that. I'm sure there'll be more to come. Serbia will have to guard it well.
Well, the pick frees Dabovic, but she passes back to Milovanovic, and Milovanovic is fouled by Gao Song.
It's the interesting matchup, Gao Song and Milovanovic going against each other. May negate a little bit of the inside play for Gao Song early on. And of course, she's going to have to play some defense against Milovanovic as well.
Krnjic is outside. Huang doesn't extend beyond the three-point line. Now Dabovic throws it right into the path of Liu Wen, who should have had that. Ends up with Milica Dabovic, who banks it in.
Shot clock winding down. Dabovic just had to throw it up, but you can see China prepared. They've scouted the Serbians and how they played yesterday.
Well, it was Anna Dabovic that started well against the USA, but today it's been Milica Dabovic.
Interestingly, Anna Dabovic yesterday, she got going early, using a pick and roll. She would just come off. The US tried to zone and hang back, and she just took the quick jump shot. Now, China guarding it completely differently, trying to take her out of the game.
Liu Wen, well, lost the ball, but it goes to Huang. I don't think that was a behind-the-back pass. And now the pass to Gao Song, off her fingers and out of bounds. And China coach Tom Moore unhappy with the degree of difficulty, I think, with that pass. So both teams, they had the rest day yesterday. Butaliha for three, and Cheng Fang does a good job of boxing out Anna Davovich, and Chen Xiaojia takes it right down, hands it off to Lu Wen. And that's a nice play by Chen Xiaojia yet again, and probably crucial to get Lu Wen just the feel of making some baskets.
Well, the point guard play important for China. They have the young Yang Lui to come in. She's the one who usually pushes that tempo.
Well, Melissa Davovich misses on that one. And Lu Wen now trapped and loses the ball. But it goes still with China. They've only got 1 second to get it across the court. So how are they going to beat this pressure? This will be interesting. You saw the replay. They're going to have to make a very long pass. And it leads to the turnover to Krnjic, but Huang reaches in and ties up Krnjic, but still the possession now goes over to Serbia. That was just 1 second to get it across midcourt. You knew that was going to be difficult. Now Anna Davovich, guarded by Wen. Lu Wen, Davovich. And goes right up for a layup.
She's shown the versatility. Yesterday it was the stop and pop. Today, the drive and score.
Lu Wen yet again gets inside. And the steal by Huang. She passes over to Chen, who stops and pops. And that is something that Tom Mar likes.
Yeah, well, Chen usually is the more consistent point guard, slows it down a lot more. She's to push the tempo, though, and that's what Coach Mar is trying to get from his team.
Well, she's off to a flyer. Davovich. She gets inside and is blocked. Now Cheng Fang stops and is fouled. A little bit of wrist. And that's 2 fouls now, Melissa Davovich.
Second personal now.
You see the steal from Huang. And Chen decides, I'm going to put it up.
It's great transition basketball. She pushed it. A second ago, she got all the way to the ring for the score. That time she recognized defense is back. They're protecting the basket. No layup, so just stop and take the short jump shot.
Melissa Davovich, we've seen she's a very special player. She makes a lot of things happen when she's on the court. And it changes the way that Serbia plays when she leaves the game. So perhaps a minor victory for China to get 2 fouls on her and out of the game. Gao Song gets it to Lu Wen, 5 on the shot clock. Lu's got to go. She's going to take on Butaliha, and she drives in again and draws the foul. And now we're starting to see the real Lu Wen.
Yeah, fantastic drive for her. It's just looking. Butaliha is usually a very good defender. That's why she plays so many minutes for this Serbian team. But she was just, left planted on the three-point line because of the great play from Lu Wen.
Xiao Ting comes into the game for Gao Song.
Xiao Ting's coming off a big game. 14 points. It was against Angola, but she's still inside, outside. She's got a 3-point range. Scored.
There have been some blowouts at this World Championship for women, but I think we're also seeing some real progress with this Chinese team and with the Serbia team, and this is exciting for women's basketball internationally.
Yeah, absolutely. These two teams, if you think the last World Championship, they finished 12th and 13th. Serbia's first ever appearance at the World Championships. For China, their worst ever performance at the World Championships. So good recoveries from them. They're going to be, well placed going forward.
Kato checks in for Butaliha. Milovanovic right inside the line. Soft touch.
Beautiful play, Milovanovic there. That's why she is so versatile. Looks like a point guard out there. Pull up in the lane and the finish.
Chen. Now Lu Wen again. And got a hold called against Serbia on Milovanovic.
For the first time, Serbia, the pressure defense is starting to go against them because of the fouls. 2 on Milovanovic now, 2 on Dabovic already, so they're going to have to go deeper into the bench than we usually see.
Well, it's a tough call on Milovanovic, I'd say. Huang gets inside and puts it up, and even her play has been impressive. And don't forget, Chen Nan now has retired from the national team, and Huang is the player that has to really step up inside for China. Kato over to Milovanovic. Rebound falls right to Dabovic. Oh, under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The dump to Milovanovic. She spins on the baseline, and Krnjic gets that ball, reaches over Cheng Feng. So I think Cheng Feng might come out. And indeed she will. So 14 to 11, China on top. Cheng Feng had position. And I think perhaps that's why Tom Morris brought her out.
It's because it's a problem for China. Remember back to the US game, they had position. The Americans just used their physicality to move the Chinese, secure offensive rebounds. If you look, they gave up 27 offensive rebounds, China, against the US, but they also gave up 16 against Angola. So two games where they've failed to secure their defensive rebounds.
Full court pressure from Serbia. Chen gets it back to Gao. China were waiting for it. Obviously, they've prepared well for this game. Liu to Gao, passes to Huang. Great interior passing.
Beautiful team play from China. They go to the inside. Good movement. Huang, she's gone to 4 points already. Improved play from what we've seen in her so far in this tournament. She's only scored 4 points in the 2 previous games combined.
I think Xiao Tang has been whistled for a foul here.
Number 7, second personal penalty.
Was indeed. So Xiao Tang called for holding. Now Dabovic goes to the bench, and Radicaj comes in. And it was surprising not to see Radicaj enter the game earlier against the USA, because she'd been so good against Angola, and she was really excellent last year at the Eurobasket Women. And that's one of those players who, perhaps if they were to meet again, would get a lot more minutes. Then they immediately drives right to the basket and scores.
She just makes plays, doesn't she, all the time? Offensively, defensively, she scores, she passes, she disrupts on this end. Excellent point guard to come off the bench for Serbia.
I remember her starting last year, in fact. Now, Chen, that was a long 3. And China there for the rebound, and guess who? Liu Wen.
She certainly has come to play today. 8 points already. You know, player coming in, had big reputations, but 2 points in both of the previous games.
Cross court to Kato. She gets it back to Jovanovic. Jovanovic for 3. Let's go.
Jovanovic is another one who hardly played yesterday against Angola. Did a little bit of everything, and I really like her again. Another player coming off the bench. Very complimentary, very versatile.
Yep, she had a lot of minutes against Angola. She played a lot last year as well at the Eurobasket Women. Didn't play against the USA, hardly at all. Missed shot. Liu Wen gets it back. Takes it right into the lane. Spins, puts it up, gets to contact. And Krnjic just stood her ground. Now Radicaj crosses midcourt. Wraparound pass, and Milovanovic couldn't handle it.
Wrong decision. Radicaj should have taken it up. She got so deep. But you can see the confidence almost coming through Liu Wen now. She scored a couple of baskets. She's starting to find her form. That day off has been very important for her.
And Radicaj just reaches in and bumps her. It's not a good foul to give away, because you put Liu Wen on the free throw line. They're already in the bonus.
Liu Wen looks a little winded right now. She looks tired. So Frau's in the substitution. She'll stay on. She'll get a breather. You can see her bent over on the foul line.
Huang comes out of the game. So we've got Yang Li Wei, the 19-year-old point guard, has come in. Cheng Feng has come back in. And Liu Wen makes the first free throw.
Well, Yang Li Wei is going to be a key in this game and how it gets played, because Serbia thrive on the defensive pressure, turning you over. And now the youngster at the point guard from China, she's going to have to come in, handle the pressure, but also, you know, China often raise the tempo when she comes in, look to run a little bit more.
Sun Mingran also is in. Plays on that front line for China. She's in the lane. She reaches over. Doesn't attempt to block the shot, but Lu Win fouls her. Fouls the Serbian penetrator. So have some free throws for the Serbians from Kato. Huang Jing also coming into the game. And Lu Win does catch a breather. There's Huang Jing.
It's really interesting looking at this Serbian lineup. We talked about yesterday, through the first half, they played so well, they barely subbed. And now here we are, first quarter, still a minute and a half to go. 5 subs on the floor already. Now, some of that's been because of the foul trouble, but you can see instantly Coach Malkovich gone to the bench. He does have faith in these bench players to get it through.
Yang gets it, and Huang, right off the bench, gets inside and has a chance for a three-point play.
Beautiful drive, but it was the point guard play from Yang. She's the one that beat the pressure, and by beating it, she had the advantage, kicks it out, and Huang gets to the ring because the defense is recovering, able to finish.
Huang doesn't make the free throw. It's hard to believe she hasn't been a part of this national team setup. She's playing good minutes here at this FIBA World Championship for women. 28 years of age. Now Kato over to Jovanovic. Goes behind her back. 2 on the shot clock. Misses everything, but Rad, who's come in, puts it up and in.
You're a fan of Rad, aren't you? Think she does well.
And almost a turnover. Yang brings it up. Now Cheng Fang open from the right. And Radachai rebounds it. She pushes the ball up the floor, and Cheng Fang fouls Radachai, so that's more free throws now because Serbia also in the bonus.
Before the quick action, I was going to say, Rad, you know, at Eurobasket last year, she had those sparks as Serbia started to get deeper and deeper in the tournament. We haven't really seen that from her yet, but expect as the tournament goes on, scouts become better, players, teams start to key on the key players from Serbia. That's when she starts to find some freedom.
Radachai makes the second. See, the Dabovic is looking on, wanting to get back in the game. And right now they have to be cheerleaders over there on the bench. Yang calls the play. 28 seconds here in the first quarter. Gao Song spins. Now, Sun. And Sun puts it up. And Kato rebounds it. So Serbia now have a chance for the last shot. And they've also got a 1-point lead. Boy, not much between these two teams. 5 seconds. 4. Radachai puts it up. Count it! And Serbia getting the better of China there at the end of the first quarter. That flurry of points gives them a 25-22 lead.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here comes on the stage now, all the way from Istanbul, B1 Dance Team.
Well, China's shooting the ball extremely well inside the arc. Serbia hit a couple of three-pointers, and they're also shooting it well. Serbia taking care of business on the boards. China with 3 offensive rebounds and 3 on the defensive side. China with a couple of steals. And otherwise, pretty equal, really.
Yeah, I think turnovers is going to be a key one as the game continues. This Serbian team, they've got a lot out of their defense so far in this tournament. They lead the tournament in steals per game. I mean, they don't just lead it, they're demolishing everyone in that category. They're averaging more than 15 a game. The next team is only averaging 8 a game. So it shows you the difference in what Serbia are doing. They're averaging 27 points a game off turnovers. So that is a lifeblood of their offense. I'm sure they're going to really try and ramp up the pressure as the game goes on. But, you know, we expected to really coming into the game. Well, one team's going to rely perhaps on the starting 5. One team's going to rely a little bit on the bench and their depth. But actually, from what you expected, it's the other way around. Serbia, 12 of their 25 off the bench. As they've gone early and deep to their subs. China, however, when they've gone to the bench, haven't really got that production so far yet.
(25-22), Serbia on top of China at the FIBA World Championship for women here in Group D in Istanbul. Both teams playing for second place. They're playing the qualifications for the quarterfinals. Just matters whether they play as the second or the third place team from Group D. And a foul is called on Serbia. And it's interesting that with Lu Win having such a fast start with 10 points and China overall looking pretty good, the fact that they give up 25 points, that's a lot of points.
That's what Serbia do to you, though. They're second only behind the US in scoring, or points scored per game. They do outscore teams. And like I say, this is it again. Turnover, chance to run.
And Ajikovic into the game, the center, number 11. She was so impressive against the USA. Kato puts it up from long range. Huang doesn't rebound it, but gives it to Chen. She gets it over to Fang rather, and we win. Now, Rad reaches in, almost steals it from Gao Song, but forces her to rush up the shot.
Good help from Ajikovic again. So after the steal, she didn't get a block, but you can almost credit her for one. Presence on help.
Radicai puts the ball on the floor and has it stolen this time from Cheng Feng. So Cheng Feng doing something defensively there for China. Gao Song tries to get it to Chen inside. Chen has to pop outside. She had an open look. Serbia rebounded in the corner. Ajikovic now. Radicai is going to set the defense. Going to give it to Rad and let her go to the basket. Now Ajikovic hands it off. One pass too many for Serbia. Now Cheng Feng tries to make Serbia pay, but she leaves her feet too soon, aware of Radicai's presence. And now Radicai takes it the other way. And the push has been called on Gao Song. And Lloyd, so many times you see when players will go inside on the fast break, as you look at the play here, the foul. Cheng Feng went in that time and wasn't worried about the shot blocker. She was worried about the little guard that was going to steal it. And that's their strength, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, Serbia, like I said, this game, make no mistake, it's all about the perimeter, offensively and defensively for them. They can get in your mind, even against the US, the aggression they showed frustrated the Americans at times.
Oh, Radicai is just on fire right now. And you're understanding now why maybe Malkovich didn't want to play her that much against the USA. She didn't want them to get a good look at her.
I mean, she's quick. Very good off the dribble, and that's twice she just kind of hesitated. Got the room for a jumper.
Well, China answer with Ji Yanyan. Now Kato puts it up off the glass. Lu Win. How long will the Davidoviches stay out? Chen. And Jovanovic read that pass.
Beautiful defense from Jovanovic. She was the one guarding the ball.
Radicai had the three that she passed up. Rad Puts the ball on the ground, and it's a turnover. Turns it back over to China. They're calling it a charge. Oh no, a push from Ajikovic. So 3 fouls on Ajikovic.
It's a clear one. You'll be able to see it in the pitch there. You see 2 hands in the back. That's cheap from Ajikovic. She's got to know you're not going to be able to put the 2 hands in somebody's back like that. This bench, 5 from Serbia. We didn't see them yesterday, but they are very talented. They played a lot against Angola. Yes, it was an easy game, but I still like that, Radicchai especially can change a game.
Huang gets a little space, misses the shot, but Lu Wen grabs the board. And Chen will call the play. Lu Wen pops outside. Huang. There's 2 Huangs on the court, Huang Jing and Wang Kingpin. Now Lu Wen misses, but gets the rebound and just takes it right up and in. And Rad just gave up.
That was a beautiful step from Lu Wen. She gets the rebound and then just pivots through. Here you go. Right past Rad. I don't think she expected it. The strong start continues for Lu Wen.
Ivanovic over to Butaliha, and Krnjic misses. Butaliha gets her hand on it, and Huang Pin knocks it into the hands of Ji. Now quickly up to Huang Jing, and Rad with the rebound. Serbia attack. Back outside to Jovanovic, and Jovanovic is tripped up.
For China, if they are going to run, they have to finish. Because if you don't finish, what often happens is you give open floor and you take somebody out of the game at the other end. And Serbia are very good at exploiting that. They're very good spacing the floor, having multiple people attack you off the dribble, and we know they've got the 3-point threat should you come and help.
Jovanovic's free throw is good. Now Anna Dabovic is going to come back into the contest. And Jovanovic sinks the second one as well. So Anna Dabovic will come in. So basically Serbia will have a couple of point guards on the floor with Radicchai and Anna Dabovic. Now Yang gets it over to Lu. 3-point Serbia lead. Huang Jing. Oh, tough shot from Huang Jing. And Butaliha, the rebound up to Radicchai. Well, pass inside to Krnjic. And quickly, Yang. Well, it's probably not Krnjic's strength for Serbia, and the scrap inside and the foul called on Serbia.
Number 14 on the first personal foul, being Japan, and team served. Service and Richard take a foul. In the game for China.
So you can see on the replay, she reached out and made a little bit of contact with her hand, and the foul was called. 3 fouls now on Serbia in this second quarter, and 2 on China.
A 3-point lead, Serbia, but it's almost damage control here for this last 5 minutes, essentially, of the second half. Milivanovic is on the bench. She's got 2. Ajikovic is out. She's got 3. Dabovic, one has 2 and one has 1. They won't want to get Anna Dabovic in foul trouble as well.
That shot, I think, might get G out of the game. But from Butaliha, Rad gets the rebound out of Radicchai. Zhang is going to come into the contest, possibly for Sun, not G. Anna Dabovic puts it up with the left hand. Well, she had the 22 first half points against the USA. Yang for 3. Go! Well, not bad for a 19-year-old.
Oh, she's been exceptional in this tournament. Showed that shooting ability. I love the way she raises the tempo. She really pushes it up the floor, and often you find young point guards turn it over. she doesn't.
Radicai into the lane, and adds to her tally. She's going to finish with a nice little number. She's now got 10 points. She's made all 4 of her shots from the floor, Radicai. Huang Jing thinks about taking Rad. Now, oh, and a long one from was that Zhang? Sun Mingran. And that's one of the good things about her game is she can step outside. Into Liha, hands it off to Radicai. Radicai inside. Oh, how in the world did she make that?
So tough one-on-one. She just waited for the big to come up, leave the room at the ring, and then, you know, she goes through the gears from standstill to quick very, very efficiently.
Oh, nice move from Sun Mingran. She had to have some nice little footwork there. And instead of trying to shoot over Kernjic, she shot under her.
Good production from her. She's averaging 8 a game, so shouldn't be surprised by it.
And Kernjic's pass goes out of bounds. Chang comes in for Huang Jing. So you got a good size on the court now for China. Zhang and Sun. And G as well. And Butaliha is whistled for the foul.
Number 7, Vidal Kurnic, first person foul in Japan, 19 sports.
Ching Feng comes out. And Lu Wen back in. Lu Wen has 12 points. So Radicai has 12 points. And Yang has it stolen by Rad. She gets it to Radicai, and Radicai goes to 14 points.
Points off turnovers. Give Serbia a 4-point lead. That's what you've got to cut down against them. You can't allow them to get out on the break.
Well, that was Yang as well, turning it over the point guard. So they're up to a 4-point advantage.
Said it's damage limitation at the moment. If you think the 3 key players really for Serbia, especially in the starting lineup, with Milica Dabovic who's on the bench, and then also Milovanovic who's on the bench as well with fouls. So there's only Ana Dabovic on the floor at the moment. Yes, Radicai, of course, is a superb player, and you know she's having a great game. But 2 major players on the bench for Serbia right now because of fouls.
Chen. And that ball is short. So Serbia here with an opportunity. You can see that Tom was like, didn't even get any rim on that. Serbia with an opportunity to pull even further ahead. Ana Dabovic puts it up, and free throws. Will there be free throws awarded? Because it looked like he was waiting to see if the basket was good. Yep, 2 shots. Xiaoting enters the game for Lu Wen. She has 2 fouls. And Dabovic could hardly put a foot wrong against the USA on Sunday night. I mean, she was electric with 22 points against some of the best players in the world. But this misses both free throws. Zhang over to Xiaoting. Gao Song on the baseline. Radicai with the rebound. And Radicai hands it off, and Kernjic goes in and scores, uses the glass. Now it's a 6-point game.
Speed of offense from Serbia in attack mode, led by Radicai. China just never got back and established, and here they come again. Look at the numbers.
Quickly up ahead to Ana Dabovic, and she scores. And Serbia has landed a few blows here at the end of the first half. There's still 51.6 seconds remaining. but they've taken a 41-33 lead. But some pretty good shooting from both of these teams.
Why are you still up here? Safety's here.
Listen to what Tom Barr's saying with the help of his translator.
What we do here.
Now Marina Hopovic, look at the bench from Serbia. Of course, a lot of that's Radicaj.
Well, the first thing Tom Mar said, we're falling apart, girls. And that's absolutely right. You know, it's been a killer blow from Serbia. I said they're in damage limitation. Milivanovic, you see there, she's on the bench. She hasn't featured at all in this second quarter. She's got just 2 points on the game. But Radicaj off the bench, 14 points in a hurry. And not only the 14 she's had, but it's been her threat that's created so much more. So she isn't credited for an assist on the statistics yet, but just the way she's pushed the ball in transition, the way she's forced the defense to focus on her and then swung it to somebody else, that's got them an opening that they've been able to exploit as well.
So 14 points. She's got a couple of rebounds. 41-33, Serbia on top. And China starting to come apart at the seams a little bit here. G from the left. And a foul on Radicaj.
Dabovic, I think.
Was it Dabovic? Well, that's Dabovic. That's 3 fouls.
That's her second assist has got 2 as well.
It is on Anna Dabovic. So China were bailed out there by the reach. But they only convert 1 of 2. It's not just a 7-point game now. Butalija penetrates. Huang with the rebound. There's no question that Serbia want to take the ball to the basket. G with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Gets in, puts up a tough shot, and before that she travels. So Serbia will have the last possession with 12.1 seconds remaining.
Now hold surely, just wait, spread the floor, and then eventually get a ball screen.
Oh, they don't get it in bounds because of Chen's defense. And now China will hold it for the last shot. They call the play. She says, clear out, here I come. And Chen goes right down the middle. Huang there for the rebound, tries to put it up. And Krnjic had the quick hands. So an opportunity goes begging for China right at the end. Chen thought she could take it one-on-one. And first half finishes with Serbia on top by 7.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here comes now on the stage our mascots, Mio and Basket.
Serbia 14 to 22 inside the arc. They've got the 2 3-pointers. Shot well at the free throw line. You see China now under 50% from inside the arc. Serbia doing a good job on the boards. China with 7 turnovers, Serbia with 6. And the name Radicaj with 14 points, Lu Win with 12. Lu had 10 of her 12 points in the first half, whereas Radicaj came on, I can't remember if she came on at the end of the first quarter. She did indeed. She played 3 minutes and had 6 points, so she's done the business in both quarters for Serbia. And there you see the leading scores for both teams. Remember, this is a battle for second place in Group D. Both teams will be moving on to the qualifications for the quarterfinals. It's 41-34 Serbia on top of China.
Tamara Radocha iki serbest atış kullanacak.
baby, and drop it. Scrub the floor and just mop it. Show these gangsters how you pop lock it. Don't care what you got in your pocket. I beat the way that you rock it. That thing, girl, stop it. Wanna just bang, and pop it. While the club's proud and just watch it, work it out. Gotta get in the cash and it's going on the ball. And it's going fast cause I feel like a superstar. And you may not have it, you might have just broke the law. It's your turn to grab it, now make this whole thing yours. Work it out. Hey, said our hustler's work is never through. We making it cause we making more. The only thing we know how to do. Said it's the only thing we know how to do. Work hard, play hard, work hard, play hard. We work hard, play hard, keep partying like it's your job. Work hard, play hard, work hard, play hard. We work hard, play hard, keep partying like it's your job.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for our mascots, Miu and Basket.
Some fresh to death looking plug.
The famous Abdi Apeçi Arena in Istanbul is right now playing host to a very interesting game here at the FIBA World Championship for women. It's China and Serbia really showing what they're all about here in the first half, taking a 41-34 lead. Well, Serbia taking a few shots early on from Tom Mar's team with Lou Win, especially effective getting 10 first quarter points. But those Serbian guards, they just seem to wreak havoc, Lloyd, and it's something that Marina Malkovic knows that a lot of these opponents here at the FIBA World Championship, including the United States, didn't really have answers for.
No, absolutely. But actually, Serbia haven't relied on their defense in the way that they had in other games. Just 4 steals so far, so below their average in that particular category. They only have 6 points off of turnover, trying to have 4 themselves. But, you know, the quality of the one-on-one offense of the perimeter play of Serbia, clear to see. We didn't see a lot of her yesterday, but she's almost given us 2 performances in one, really. Tamara Radakai has done a bit of everything. 14 points. She's a perfect 6 of 6 from the field. Very impressive when you consider, you know, she's made a couple of jump shots. She's finished in traffic. She's done everything.
And she's almost played like she wants to send out a message to her coach and everybody else that, hey, just because I didn't play many minutes against the USA doesn't mean that I'm not a big part of this team. She's letting everybody know that should those 2 teams meet again, she'll be in the lineup.
Well, that's what the response you want as a coach. You know, players often they can go one way or another. They can respond and want to send that message to you to prove that you've been wrong or to prove what you should be doing. Other times they'll sulk, they'll sit there, they'll just take it. But, you know, perfect response really. And she's been rewarded with the starting spot in the second half. But first time we've seen this combination of both Dabovic sisters and Radicaj together in this game.
Well, it's the FIBA World Championship for women. It's Serbia leading it 41-34 against China, and we're getting ready to start the third quarter. Ana Dabovic inbounds it to Radicaj and quickly over to Milica Dabovic. And Rad is in there as well. Krnjic now, bounce pass to Ana Dabovic, kind of gets away, and that allows Chen to get out on the fast break. But her pass off the hands of Cheng Feng. And Tom Mar says to his point guard, deliver the bounce pass.
It's the second time this tournament we've seen Coach Ma tell his team about the use of the bounce pass, but that's a huge opportunity for China. They need a good start to this second half, and really it was an easy opportunity, 2-on-1 on the break.
Inside to Kernjic, and the center misses a layup. And she's tangled up in there with Lu Wen and Chen. Gao Song brings it across midcourt. Radachai trying to get a steal. Chen puts it on the floor, puts up the left-handed layup, and brings it back to a 5-point deficit.
Chen makes up for the previous mistake.
Quickly, Ana Dabovic to the other end, and her attempt hits the other side of the backboard. Now, another chance for China. So kind of a shaky start for the Serbians. Chen over to Cheng Feng. Lu Wen with a pump fake right at the line, and a friendly roll, and she goes to 14 points.
What an explosion from Lu Wen. Great reputation coming in, but averaging just 2 points a game before this one.
But I don't think you can read much into that, especially with one of the opponents being Angola. I'm pretty sure she didn't go all out. And then another turnover for Serbia.
And the other opponent was the US, who probably would have keyed on her. So you're absolutely right. She's played far better today, though. She looks a lot more comfortable,
yeah, that's the key.
A lot more confident.
She's looking much more assertive today. And I saw that replay, and Malkovich is a little bit of frustration. They had a 7-point lead at halftime, and China have come out stronger. Gao Song, the pass was deflected by Rad. Now to Milica Dabovic. Chen reaches in to bother, and a good hustle. Kernjic inside, and boy, Kernjic has had an awful start.
Yeah, poor execution there. She was open. And I was going to say, we haven't seen a lot of Milivanovic, and surprisingly, she hasn't got the spotting the starting lineup. She's going to come in now, though.
Cheng Feng, she misses the layup. Gao Song comes out.
It's a lid on the basket, both ends, isn't there? Opportunities going missing for both teams.
Gao Song for three. Count it! And China have come right back to tie the game just 2.5 minutes into the third quarter.
And it's a player that was scoreless before that shot that makes it. Gao Song, we talked up before the game how well she's played.
And offensive foul?
Number 5,
no, it's a foul on Chen. Because the way the players started moving, it looked like they were calling an offensive foul on Radachai. Instead it's on Chen, so she's got 2 fouls. Milivanovic back into the game. Radachai bumped again by Chen up top. Milivanovic comes right in, puts it up, and now Cheng Feng, and suddenly China looked like the stronger team. But that harassing defense causes the turnover. Radachai, well, there's an assist for you, and Rad goes up for the easy 2, but both of them forcing the steal.
And that's where they're just so good, Serbia. You think you've got them in a game, and just a steal and an easy 2 changes the complexity.
And inside, as Serbia pick up the defense, they commit the foul.
First personal foul, we need your foul, my team's first. Serbia's
Milivanovic, and has that foul was called, in fact, gone Rad.
Yeah, it was off the ball on the baseline. Screen happened. Player was coming off Rad, just didn't get in front very easily. She's called for the bump.
Gao Song is whistled for her 3rd foul, so that takes it back to Serbia. So China did a great job of tying it, and then the defensive pressure and the steal and layup put Serbia back in front. Now they're on top with possession. Rad goes out, and Markovic comes into the game, and Milivanovic puts it off the rim.
Searching for a shot a little bit there. Milivanovic, we haven't seen her do that through the tournament, but foul troubles hampered her.
Chen's pass
out of bounds.
Goes off the foot of Wong.
She used the bounce pass that time. Trouble is, it bounced
it
off
off
the foot. Yeah. So she's probably looking at her coach. Did what you asked.
Radachai. Well, as she was attacking, she had the ball knocked out of her hands, but it rolled off of her hands. And it was batted by Chen. I'm not sure that's the type of defense that Tom Moore wants to see Chen play. So Yang comes in for Chen. Qingfeng tries to get away from Milica Dabovic. Now she's going to post her up. And she is fouled by Markovic.
Number 12, Monica Marina Markovic.
Yeah, Markovic quite clearly moved into her, the midsection. Her bumped her. And Radachai almost comes up with another steal. Huang over to Yang. Now Lu Win puts up a tough shot against Ana Dabovic. Markovic with the rebound. Milovanovic now. Dabovic over to Milovanovic. And Milovanovic's shot was affected. She looks at the referee like a foul should have been called. So the ball goes back over to China.
Serbia rely on their guards and haven't been doing that really. Radachai hasn't been able to break down the Chinese defense as well. Milica Dabovic as well. She hasn't. When she kicked to Milovanovic on that occasion, she was the one who had to break the defender down. Usually we see her having the ball and an advantage already.
Now Song over to Xiao Ting, who's come in. Oh, look. And Huang had a layup that she missed. And the two teams get tied up. Look at that. Well, she was affected by Milovanovic.
In the first half, we saw some beautiful offensive basketball, didn't we? Everything, one-on-one play, jump shooting, everybody was finishing. Second half is completely different. Both teams having those opportunities at the ring, but missing easy ones. Just think for China, Jeff, if they can get Gao Song and Lu Wen going at the same time, you know, they're going to be a very dangerous team for anybody in this tournament.
So the pass to Lu Wen. Now Gao Song, and gets some contact. And Lu Wen beats Radachai to the ball, but Radachai doesn't give up. And one of the, one of the real factors about Radachai is her persistence. And that time she ends up picking up the foul. But she wasn't giving up on it, was she?
No.
Look at this hustle, though.
I think Radachai was frustrated. She felt she should have had the first one.
Yang for three, off the back of the rim. And Milica Dabovic gets it over to Milovanovic. Radachai, boy, she's playing a lot of minutes tonight. She sat the first 6.5 minutes, but she's been on the court ever since. Dabovic. Ana Dabovic left her feet, then tried to make the pass. And China read it. Lu Wen. Lu Wen goes baseline. Back out to Yang, who's open. This time passes it up and hands it off. What a play by the youngster, and Huang is the beneficiary.
As you say, the youngster Yang, look at that pass. So composed for a 19-year-old point guard. She had a three. She's made one in the game. You'd expect her to, rush it and take the quick one, but she didn't. And she was rewarded with a three-point play for a teammate.
Well, that was Milica Davic's third foul that she's picked up. Look at the second effort. The offensive rebounds from China and from Serbia. Not too bad from Serbia, but better from China. And I suppose really the type of game that Tom Maher wants to instill is that effort on the boards. And it looks like he's making some progress from this. Neither team's shooting it particularly well tonight from three-point range, but there's a long way to go.
Let's get Basha happening here.
For China, the fact that they've held Serbia to just 4 offensive rebounds is very impressive. We talked about their struggles coming in and the other teams, you know, dominating them in that area, but I want to highlight the one-on-one defense of China in this second half. The first 6 minutes been absolutely spot on. We've heard Tom Maher talking about the angles of his defenders when they're guarding one-on-one, and in this second half the angles have been very good. Dabovic sisters, Radicaj haven't been able to break down the defenders like they did in the first half and how they have through the first 2 games.
Huang missed that, but mistake by Serbia, and they're going to get the ball. And really, it's with Tom Maher. I remember watching him last year at the FIBA Asia Championship for Women in Bangkok, and it was a frustrating tournament for him, but actually he's out there applauding right now. So that tells you right there that he's seeing some progress.
You've got to credit him for the way this Chinese team is developing. Very young team as well, just 24 years of age on average. So the key players, you know, the key core group for him are very, you know, they've got a lot of future, they've got a lot of years ahead of them.
Markovic was called for that foul on Lu Win, who makes both free throws and continues her resurgence. She's got 16 points. Gao Song comes out, Cheng Feng goes in. She was so tepid, or maybe hesitant to get going in those first 2 games, and she had her left hand wrapped. It made you wonder if it was an injury bothering Lu Win, but she showed today that's not the case. Milica Dabovic kind of stops the bleeding for Serbia and knocks it at 45. Yang over to Xiaoting. Yang. Oh, she makes some great passes. Cheng Feng passes up it. Now Lu Win. Again, guarded by Markovic. Cheng Feng. Oh, she's going to take a tough shot. Right into the shot clock. Gets it back. Followed up her shot.
Again, the point. Oh, look at Yang. Pulls it out. No, she's got a fresh shot clock. Bit of poise to get a good one here.
Oh, beautiful cut from Xiaoting, but she doesn't hold on to the ball.
Oh, it's just a touch off from Lu Win. Just a little bit behind. Xiaoting made it too difficult for her. If the pass had been 2 or 3 inches is what we're talking to the right, it would have been an easy layup.
Well, Adjikovic has come into the game. You see Xiao averaging 11.5 points per game. Adjikovic was the recipient of the Diana Taurasi elbow the other night that you might remember. She seems to be okay from that, although she hasn't had a great game today. Radicaj in the lane. And good box out from Huang. Now Yang. Passes up to Xiaoting. Nowhere to go. Brings it back out. Yang. Oh, it was so shifty. Serbia thought she was going to make a pass, and she ended up taking it all the way.
I think she was looking to make the pass and realized she's got a lane. And she just attacks again. A superb point guard play.
Milica Dabovic for 3. Now she's heating up.
Serbia need that. They're defensively, they're not getting that same spark. This scrappy defense is chasing defense is working for China.
Lu Win hands it off to Huang, and Huang again, a very makeable shot. Misses it badly, but draws the foul, and it's Adjikovic. And even though she looks healthy, she hasn't really been in the game at all today. She was such an impactful player against the United States. Now Dabovic. I wonder if you look at Dabovic again making the 3. I wonder if Malkovich regrets not starting Adjikovic, because she started against the USA, and maybe that helps her get going.
No, the foul call was hampered her. She's going out, you see. She's just picked up her 4 on that one there, so we won't see her for a long time. As I was saying, you know, this Serbian defense, the way they've usually played teams is to be very scrappy, to chase teams around, to scramble, to allow them open shots. And the Chinese are really exploiting the way the Serbians are playing. And perhaps you've got to say, would Serbia be better served just coming back in the half court, really concentrating on the one-on-one defense, rather than trying to get these steals, trying to get the fast break from their defense.
Both free throws from Huang are good. She has 8 points. We saw Serbia really turn up the intensity in the first half. Now Dabovic, of all the shots she's taken in this half, that was probably the easiest, and she missed it. And Xiao Tang, I don't know, you can see Tom Mars beside himself. Look at it. You could see it out of the corner of the screen there. He just really stomped his feet because I think he thought that was a play she should have made. It was a good pass. Xiao Tang, though, kind of lost her footing and stumbled. Ana Dabovic fouled before the shot.
Number 7,
Xiao Tang, who just turned it over, picks up the foul. G guarding Ana Dabovic, and Milica Dabovic out to Milovanovic for 3. And she has also been pretty much a non-factor today. Ball goes out of bounds back over to China. Give me your opinion on G for China. She's getting a lot of minutes tonight. Is she doing some things on the defensive end, you think, that are winning her some minutes?
Well, I think G's a player. She's come in with decent numbers, averaged 8.5 a game at the FIBA Asia 2013, so she has pedigree. She's really been caught in the rotation. She plays similar position to Gao Song and Lu Wen, who are two of the most influential players for China.
Xiao passes it back to Cheng Feng, who takes a tough shot and hits it over Milovanovic. Boy, China are really coming out strong here in the third quarter. Now Dabovic, entry pass to Krnjic. And Krnjic fouled by Chen. And again, perhaps a tough call on Chen. She was getting over to play the help defense. That was the shot from Cheng Feng. Look at how she steps back.
So Jeff, the foul was actually called on Xiao.
Okay, so it was on Xiao.
Yeah, and that is her 4th, so she's had to go out.
Xiao Tang.
Yeah, and she's been a non-factor really so far in this game. 8 points, 8 minutes, 1 point. But Xiao Tang has been a good scorer, leading scorer coming into this game for China. She has 14 in the win against Angola.
Jovanovic is the player guarding Chen. Now Cheng Feng puts up another one. She's already hit one. She misses that. Huang gets it. It's kind of bumped. Hands it off wisely. And nice decision by China. But right at the end of the quarter. Oh, and Cheng Feng almost knocks down the 3. But China come out down 7. Well, they outscored by 9 points in the quarter.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here comes now on the stage with your big applause, B1 Acrobats.
Well, it's 51-49, China on top of Serbia. And as you look at the stats, clearly the halftime team talk and the focus was there for China because they came out and their concentration level seemed pretty good, whereas Serbia just kind of lost their way a little bit.
It was all about the defensive end for China. They held Serbia to 8 points in that third quarter. And as I said, for me, just the one-on-one effort, the one-on-one defense from the Chinese perimeter defenders. Think back to the first half. How many times did Radachai break down the defender, get to the basket and finish? How many times did Ana Dabovic do that in the first half? in that third quarter. They scored 8 points. I can't remember them really ever just blowing by a defender from China and getting to the ring and scoring. So adjustments made by Tom Ma and the execution of what he's talking about by the players was absolutely superb.
One thing that was interesting, though, they turned it over 7 times, China, in that quarter, but they weren't really punished for those turnovers in terms of points. Serbia weren't able to capitalize in that way.
It's going to be an interesting game for Serbia. They're going to have to change the way they play just slightly here. Where's the offense going to come from? Because they're not going to have perhaps the reliability of getting easy points from their defense. So, you know, Milovanovic hasn't really done anything, just 1 of 7 from the field. There's no Ana Dabovic on the floor either. So Radicaj, can she get going again? And Milica Dabovic, who started to really heat up in that third period, will she continue?
The FIBA World Championship for women, the 4th quarter of China-Serbia underway here. Serbia looking to get back into this, get back on top of this battle for 2nd place in Group D. And it's a very important position. As you see, Milovanovic puts up a tough shot and scores. Because the likelihood is, I mean, the winner is going to play either Korea
or Cuba. I mean, it's a big difference. You're playing Cuba or Korea or Australia, Belarus.
So there's a lot riding on this game.
Zone for the first time from Serbia.
Huang puts up a jumper. Good. Well, 25 years of age, and she is really starting to show signs, as you see that soft touch, of becoming a major factor for China. There's no more Chin Nan, but there's Huang Hongpin. Milovanovic, well, twice in a row now. And what I'll say about that is experience, and the big-time players stand up when you need to stand up.
Well, she's definitely doing that, and Serbia need her. She's that scorer. Led them in scoring both days. They need her points.
Lewin. Now she hits the 3. Well, she's been playing well all day. She's got a game-high 19 points. Krnjic over to Kato. Radicaj. Back over to Milovanovic for 3. And an easy one that she missed. Chen with the rebound. Of all the shots, the 2 that she hit before that were much harder. Kato reaches in. And I'm not sure what Tom Marr is saying as you look at the players on the Serbian bench. The Dabovic's. It's going to be up to Jovanovic and Radicaj to get this Serbian team back into it. And Kato knocks it out of bounds. Well, they're only trailing by 3 points, but you can feel the momentum has shifted to China. His hands a little bit quicker from Serbia. Lewin has the shot blocked from Kato. Well, Kato's been active over there for the Serbians. Now Radicaj puts it down over to Kato. And her pass is intercepted by Cheng Feng. Ball was thrown right into her hands. Gao Song. Tough shot on the baseline. Chen gets in there for the rebound. And perhaps one of the advantages for China, Chen's got good size as a point guard. And Cheng Feng brings it back. Jovanovic. And Cheng Feng turns it over. Kato now takes it the other way to Radicaj, and Radicaj is fouled. Gao Song didn't want to give away the layup.
That's a good foul. You send Radicaj to the line. It would have been 2 points. At least you're now asking her to make the free throws.
In the game for Serbia,
Cheng Feng's turnover. That was her 2nd turnover. 15 turnovers overall. Chen Xiaojia has 4 turnovers for China. Radicaj sinks the free throw. Two-point game. And now it's a one-point game. Butaliha as well has come in. And Yi is going to come back. And you can appreciate the defense, the way these teams play defense, when they play well, how they could have been so disruptive to the USA. I mean, this Serbia team is really getting after China right now. Look at Radicaj guarding Chen. Now Dabovic. And Dabovic doesn't allow Cheng Feng the open look outside, so Cheng Feng drives and uses the left hand.
You see Dabovic is almost a free spirit defensively. She likes to gamble. She likes to, leave her player a lot, and it's working against her today against this Chinese team. Again, she left them and gave the step.
Milovanovic, good move, but misses the shot. Krnjic back outside to Dabovic. Say Milica Dabovic is sort of like a phantom out there, isn't she? Now you see her, now you don't. Hands in her face. She gets some space. Gets into the lane. Over to Radicaj, wide open for three. Good! And we've got a tie game.
That's one of the few occasions they've broken down that defense. Beautiful guard play from Dabovic. She sold the fake. It was very good from her to get into the key and then find the open shooter.
And meanwhile, Radicaj now has 19 points. So she and Lu Win are leading the way in the scoring. And they've been the standouts, at least offensively. Chen gets the long rebound, and Radicaj fouls her. Radicaj now has 3 fouls.
It's been a problem for Serbia. China, 16 offensive rebounds now. That's a very large number when you consider, they've only made 23 field goals. So 16 offensive rebounds. They've probably scored quite a few of those.
Although that was fortuitous. That was on a long miss. Now G gets in and is fouled. Don't want to foul the jump shooter.
It may have been a long rebound, but it was still a long rebound for someone who wasn't boxed out and was wide open. And it's 12 points, 12 second chance points for China. A chance to make it 14 here from the line.
And G, who came up having not been a huge factor offensively with just 2 points, makes the second, the first and the second, to put China back in front by 2. Remember, this game is for second place in Group D. It is a vital position when you consider who they're likely to face in the qualifications for the quarterfinals. Krnjic gets the offensive rebound, puts it up, and Krnjic comes from behind and really offering very little offensively, Krnjic today.
Another minute or so. Ajakovic probably going to come back in, I would have thought. That's a big breakdown.
That is. And when he looked up, there was 14 seconds on the shot clock, so clearly China just fell asleep.
Can't afford those mistakes at this stage of the game, can you? It's a 2-point game. Every offense counts.
Yep, you've got 8 seconds to get that ball across midcourt. Butaliha hands it to Krnjic, and Krnjic this time makes it the reverse layup.
Well, we criticize, but look at the movement. Krnjic, great baseline shift to get open.
Now Chen Xiaojia fouled by Butaliha. Well, Butaliha didn't leave much room there. It was a pretty easy call for the referee. And Ana Dabovic comes back in. She had the 22 points, Dabovic, in the first half alone against the USA. And today, she has just 6 points. So it could be Ana Dabovic time. Lu Win goes right at Ana Dabovic, and Dabovic gets called for the block. And I think Lu Win is lucky because she raised her arm
Number 10 on the mat, Zena Butelia.
Oh, it's on Butaliha. Oh, excuse me, it's on Butaliha. But you saw her catch the elbow. They both got dark hair, and I was confused there with Dabovic. Now Yang, Lu Wen. And Lu Wen is fouled. This time it is by Ana Dabovic. And Ana Dabovic has now got 3 fouls. Well, Lloyd, I have to say, you need to buckle your seatbelt there, buddy, because with 4:43 to go, it's 60-60, and this game looks like it's going to be going to the wire.
Yeah, I think so. It's been a great one. You know, neither team really taken that big of a lead. 8 at the high for Serbia, 3 for China. It's been neck and neck the whole way. So,
well, China up by 7 at halftime. Excuse me, you're right. Serbia up 7. Serbia up 7 at halftime.
Yeah, their biggest lead was 8. China's biggest lead is 3. So, yeah, should be a great final 4:40 here.
And the elbow, as Dabovic went past. Watch this.
It's a tough call. Just use the arm to slow Dabovic down is what the referee called. And exploit the mismatch here.
Oh, the interception by Ching Feng.
5 on the clock. Dabovic is going to have to throw it up.
She makes this type of shot sometimes, but misses. And out of the madness, remember, China have to hurry to get it across midcourt. They just had 1 violation. 61-60. China on top, and G takes a quick shot from the corner, but Tom Moore doesn't seem too displeased.
That's what the Serbian defense does. They're 3 players, as I said, almost free spirits. They're not guarding anybody. They're just trying to trap and read. So when you do skip to the corner, it's an open shot. And you're open, you want to take it. It's early in the shot clock, so it's almost, you make it, it's a good one, you miss, it plays into the hands of Serbia.
So Adjikovic comes back into the game for Krnjic. And Serbia's defense, as you say, making things uncomfortable for China. Adjikovic right off the bench, a turnaround jumper, misses.
It's not the shot Serbia need.
Traveling though by G, she couldn't stay on her feet.
Adjikovic off camera is kind of getting spoken to by both Milica Dabovic and Milovanovic, because they're saying to her, you've just come off the bench. Why would you shoot a shot like that straight away?
Well, you can see what happened there is G came down. She came down on a foot, and that's what caused her to lose her balance on an opponent's foot. Milovanovic misses, and Lu Wen scraps for the rebound. Now Yang. Goes to Ching Feng in the corner, but misses. Misses badly. Triggers the fast break.
Again, they give you the shot, you make it, it's good, you miss, this is what happens.
You know, she had absolutely nowhere to go there. It just kind of like split the 2 defenders and scored the layup.
And they put the pressure on you all the time, Serbia. Offensively, defensively, doesn't matter, they make you make the play.
Ching Feng could be getting tired. I wouldn't be surprised if she comes out, because we've got 3 players getting ready to come in for China. And gee, well, that's a tough shot, you know. She's missed 1 or 2, but when, as you say, if she's open, and it looked like she almost got hit in the face when she releases it. That is quality right there.
Good shot off the down screen. As we said, she's a good player that has pedigree, 8 a game. And that's a good output from the FIBA 2013 championships in Asia. So we know she can make shots.
I wouldn't expect Lu Wen to be out long, but we've now got Gao Song, Xiao Ting, and Chen Zhaozhao back in the game. Dabovic passes back out to Milovanovic. Milovanovic is fouled. Gao Song, and I think it's a good call because she had her hands on her as she came into the lane and left her feet.
It's the 5th foul against Gao Song. So Milovanovic, she's gone off the dribble a lot more today than we usually see her do. You know, a lot of the time she's just catch and shoot, but today the pull-up has been the weapon of choice.
Well, Milovanovic had 2 points at the end of the third quarter. And right now, she's basically just, well, she's got 8. It seems like she's got more than that. She's hit some tough shots.
Well, 3 tough shots is what she hit. She came out, you know, the start of the third quarter very hot, and she's cooled off now. You can see she wants to take this one over.
And that's why I don't think Lu Win will be out of the game very long. She makes it and takes it to a 2-point lead. Chen. Dabovic fell over as if she was fouled. Now Chen over to G. Serbia was there to contest the layup. That's why Chen didn't take it. 10 on the shot clock. Ching passes out of bounds. I thought the pass was deflected, and the referee says she just threw it out of bounds. So a miscommunication between Ching and her teammate. Huang Jing is going to come back in for China. Melissa Dabovic. And Serbia with the lead, content to kind of run some time now off the clock. It's just a 2-point lead. Milovanovic gets inside and gets swatted by Huang Hongpin. Look at Butaliha's defense. Shouting now. Now it's 7 on the shot clock. Serbia really making China work for their entire possession, and Butaliha reaches in and takes it away. And she gets it back to Abdikovic, and Abdikovic misses the shot, but goes to the line.
The bigs from Serbia have missed a lot of opportunities today. Abdikovic surely should have finished that one. She's wandering as the trail. Have a look at this. I don't think she's going to get too much more space in transition. She isn't hit particularly hard either. Frustrated, and rightly so.
Oh, in fact, that's going to be, she has yet to score. And Krjic is just 3 of 9 from the floor. Well, the turnovers in the second half for China have been a problem. And Abdikovic misses the first. And that's why it's so important to take advantage of those layups when you've got them. China now with 19 turnovers, and Chen Zhaozha has 5 of them. Wow, misses both. Well, that's a real disappointment for Serbia, because now China can take the lead with a 3 or knot it with a 2. It's coming up on the 1-minute mark in the game. G from the corner. And the scrap for the ball. Xiaoting is in there for China. And the possession arrow will keep the ball with China.
It was a good, clean look, wasn't it? Over on that far side, they ran the play. Shot clock winding down, but it was a good look for China. They couldn't hit it. Well to get the offensive rebound. They'll have another chance under a minute to go.
China called timeout. They're leading it, or they're trailing 65-63.
2 points down, okay? Just hold your head. Look, watch out,
Rebounding decisively in favor of China, 43-26.
What's wrong? All right, go here. All right, this.
China has the 14-second chance points. And there you see the turnovers. 19 for China and 11 for Serbia. China now have 12 points off of those 19 turnovers. At the third quarter, they had 8. So it has become a factor. It usually is a factor. But their defense has definitely picked up. It's probably right now in the fourth quarter as good as it's been the entire game.
Right now, possession for China is the crucial one. Where's the ball going to go? surely has got to go into the hands of Lu Wen. She is the leading scorer. 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists for her. So we're trying to go quickly, or will they pull it out and try and run a set?
Well, the ball is inbounded to Huang as play resumes. The battle for second place in Group D. Crucial game. Chen over to Lu Wen, and you're right, Lloyd, she gets it, and she gets a decent shot, but she comes up short. Milovanovic is trapped in the corner. Serbia have to hurry. 18, 17, they're not going to get it over. All they do is just get it over. It was close, though. And the jump ball, I'm not sure if she did get it over. It looked like China almost, if you watch, if you go back and look, because I was looking at the shot clock.
Very lucky if you're a Serbian fan, you know. They've got away with one, but still, 11 seconds. There's going to be plenty of time for China to get this final shot. They need to get a stop here, though.
11 seconds on the shot clock.
The score here will almost seal the game for Serbia.
Oh, but Dabovic dribbling between her legs, loses it. Lu Wen on the floor, and China get it back. Oh, we've seen 3 times the players diving on the floor for loose balls and getting jump balls.
And the advantage of getting the steal means they got an extra 4 seconds. So 17 seconds for China.
And Dabovic, was she trying to do too much there?
I'm not sure. She was trying to cross it over, just move the defender enough that she could set them up to come off the ball screen. It was good hands, or good hands from the Chinese defender, I think, to tip it away. So now, the question is, do China go 2 or 3, and when do they go? If they leave it, if they go too early, you give the opportunity for Serbia to get a shot coming back the other way. Serbia still have the 2 timeouts. If you go too late, you lose the opportunity to get an offensive rebound and a second opportunity at it.
Well, if I were China, I would go ahead and take the shot and rely on your defense. But certainly Serbia has players that can create off the dribble. And you're right, they can call a timeout and set up a play.
Well, the other question for Serbia is, do they foul and say, see if China can make 2 free throws? Because if they miss a free throw, then Serbia have the ball and the lead. Worst case, they go 2 of 2 from the line. Serbia have it. They can only go to overtime. They have the final shot. They'll score to win or miss to go to overtime.
China shot pretty well today, 75% of the line. So the final 17 seconds here between China and Serbia. Chen pulls it out. So they're going to run some clock down. Now, Chen's going to get into motion. She's going to go spin move, get into the lane. She's going to go back outside. Serbia's defense is holding firm. Chen has to take a jumper, and she waited too late. And China has fallen 65-63, and all you can say is Butaliha, I think, was the players guarding Chen, and she just did not let her get anything close to a shot in the lane.
Absolutely, that was not the play. Coach Smart drew up, that's for sure. The execution of crucial possession wasn't there for China.
Serbia win at 65-63. They clinch 6th place in Group D. Excuse me, 2nd place in Group D. Serbia win at 65-63. 2nd place for Serbia. Lloyd, but that was one of the best games that we watched at the World Championship, and China are going to look at this and think, how did we lose by out rebounding Serbia 43-28?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Chinese played well. We'll perhaps look at the 3-point shooting, just 3 of 15, which wasn't in their favor, and so often that's a barometer for the success of the Chinese. But positives going forward. Lu Wen finally got a great performance, 20.7 rebounds, 4 assists for her. The negative is Gao Song didn't have a great game. If they can get that combination working together, I think there'll be a tough matchup in that crossover game against the loser of the Australia-Belarus contest.
Lu Wen had the 20 points. Radicai had the 19 points. Milovanovic was really crucial there in the fourth quarter for Serbia offensively, but overall it was their team defense that probably won them the game. And the much maligned Krnjic ended up leading Serbia with 7 rebounds, so we have to point that out. And there you see, well, they have gone into first place, but that will change after the USA play their game later, because especially as they've already beaten Serbia, and the likelihood is they will beat Angola. But thanks for watching, everybody. More action to come your way here from Istanbul.
Number 12.
Final single, match on 2. Serbia 69, China. Final single, match on 2. Serbia 69, China 63. Service and Space, up the shoots.
Let's wait.
对，最后比分比较遗憾嘛，但是我觉得今天我们队伍就是比较拼，再包括赛前准备，我们确实也做好了要跟他们打一场硬仗的准备。可能最后我们运气差一点吧，我觉得。在比分焦灼的时候，我觉得队伍年轻嘛，然后有点想赢怕输，在我自己看来吧，我觉得。